You don't need to learn Claude Code to start doing cold outreach with AI. I'm going to show you how to do cold outreach to real prospect and personalize email to them with zero code and zero excuses. So in the past, I've showed people how to do cold outreach with Claude Code, but not everyone is comfortable with Claude Code. But to be honest, to be able to send out cold email and do it at a smaller scale, it is totally possible. Now that Claude itself on the web version, you can connect to a bunch of things. So in this video, I will show you how to do it the starter way. All you need is a Claude subscription, the lowest tier. You don't need to do any terminal or download any desktop app. Things that you want to connect is the Apollo and Google Drive and Gmail, because Apollo is also a paid software, but it also allows you to do certain things on the free tier. And I'll show you the things that we could do with the free tier. And if you're curious about how you can advance into the Claude Code universe, I have another video in the description. So once you sign up for Claude and you go into their web version, you go into the settings. You want to click on connectors. And if you don't see tools that we mentioned in here, you want to click on Browse Connectors. And the first thing is Apollo. Click on it and you click on Connect. I have it already connected. But if you haven't connected, make sure that you click on Apollo.io first. You go to Apollo.io, you sign up for an account. You go back to Claude to click on the connect button, then it will walk you through the login process. And once it's connected, it should say disconnect here. And the next thing is the Google Drive. We'll use this to track the leads or provide the leads or enrich the leads. You use it, manipulate it with AI, however you want. This is the same thing. You just go in here. If it's your first time, then it will tell you to install it. Lastly is the Gmail. It's the same thing as the Google Drive for the sending of the email. So instead of using other tools instantly or other cold email, a caveat is that make sure that you're not doing it on a very large volume. If you're doing a very large volume, you want to sign up for a new domain. By accident, people mark you as spam, then it will hurt your email domain reputation as well. If you're using that main email to send cold outreach, it will also hurt your email delivery rate. Just to get started, sending 10 emails a day or something, it is totally fine. Just make sure that you are being careful about how to use this as scale. Cold outreach, the list itself is very important as well. You need to define your list to very unique to your business and your offering, or else it doesn't matter how much email you send because people won't care. So the way I usually think about it is that whenever you put yourself inside the shoes of the receiver, we'll think about what kind of problems I'm thinking about right now. So people usually care about their own problem. So a good way that I did for e-commerce outreach before is that I try to look for the problem that their current e-commerce store is running into. And a thing that is very publicly available is the reviews of the e-commerce web stores. So most of the time you can see those reviews online and people usually leave like a positive or negative review. And a way you can get all those data is through the Claude Code. But in this video, I'm trying to focus on not using Claude Code. So a quick way to define who you want to target is just to have a chat with Claude, tell it what is your business, what is your offering, and who are you trying to target, and tell it to give you a Apollo.io search URL where you can click on the URL and it will take you to a list of the leads in Apollo. There you can download them one by one, but if you want to pay and download the whole list, you can do that as well. So that's how you can get it the list really fast without doing the web scraping or anything fancy. Once you have a lead list, you should put it in a Google spreadsheet. What you want to do is to copy the Google URL and then paste it into Claude. And usually I just ask, can you access this spreadsheet? So I can't access it because I have the Google spreadsheet in the wrong Gmail account. So let me fix that. Now I have shared the Google spreadsheet with the Gmail account that I've connected to Claude. It finally has access, and you can see that it's already asking, it's an outreach list, and it's probably tied to Condition HQ. Because I have been working on this for a while, and Claude has some memory about the projects I've been working on. What you want to do is you can put in your, for me, I'm on a project called conditionhq.app. It is a mobile app for property managers in Australia for them to quickly create condition reports. And I have a landing page with all the information on it. What we'll do, if this is your first time, I'll get your website's link, and this outreach campaign is for the company name or the business name that you have. I would say, help me brainstorm ways to create unique and personalized icebreaker copy. Good thing about Claude, no matter if it's on Claude Code or Claude web interface, you always have access to the internet. So whenever you give a reference of the link or anything that's on the internet, you can access it, understand it, and do something with that information. Now that it has already come back with a few icebreaker suggestions, you can read through them, but keep in mind that you always want to sound like it's not AI, and also just sounds very casual. And the current copy, it sounds very salesy, and you're definitely being sold to. So I want to create some kind of personal connections with the person that you're sending to. And the good way to do that is to find their LinkedIn account, see what they have been posting about or reacting to. And then you can just say something about the LinkedIn activity. You can tell Claude to look at your list and then look up the name of that person on web search. Then look up their LinkedIn profile and use Apollo.io to enrich the data to our lead list. So that's what I'm going to do. So I've ran that request and I added a line that says, always try to compliment their recent achievement. So it goes without saying that people reciprocate better if you compliment them. Although that this is the same in real life, we're just trying to do it on a digital scale. And it is hard to tell the other person what they without meeting them. So you always want to try to add your own personality inside of it. So when the AI comes back with the icebreaker or the actual outreach copy, you always want to try to add your own flavor, where maybe you use lowercase all the time, or you always have a certain way to greet people. So Claude is being very considerate of the cost that we will take, because in the lead list, I have 110 agency in there, and it targeted 26 decision makers. Each of them will burn through 1 credit from Apollo. So the free tier, I think it is limited to 10. So let's try to just do 10 people right now, and see if that gives us some result. So out of those 26, I told Claude to pick randomly for 10, and it will start to go through the Apollo connectors, and I'll click on always allow. So it turns out some of the things that we're trying to do on free tier of Apollo, it is being blocked. So I pretty much just ask it, what can you do on the free tier, and just do that. And it comes up with the organization search, which is okay. I think it's you can still get some information from the organization news. So once we get that, we can refer to the things that the organization is doing and start from there. But I think for me, usually how I do it, I would still want to do it on a personal level, where the person has some kind of online presence, where they post something on LinkedIn or somewhere on the internet, and we can use that information to get to know that person a little bit more. So now the Claude has come back with another edition of the cold outreach icebreakers. And you can see that the results are becoming more and more personal. But the second half is still jam in the sales pitch right away. So pretty much, hey, you're cool, and let's sell you something. And this usually doesn't work just because that people will know right away, oh, this is just a spam email. So what you want to do is that you want to have the second half to be a attempt just to try to get them interested to hit reply and respond to you. So that's what I'm going to tell Claude to edit and update. He has updated the draft again for the icebreakers. You can see that the second half, it doesn't even mention condition HQ anymore, just because that is like a pitch. And what I want to do just to be very mindful of who they are and what matters to them. And so it's always good to just have open questions to speak their mind. And usually you can do a lot more just back and forth to edit the draft. And you want to move into the next phase where you draft the email in Gmail. So what you can do is to tell Claude to use Gmail's connector to draft the email. The draft is done. It will tell me that this draft is just sitting in my Gmail, which I don't even need to do anything. I just go into my Gmail, the drafts of those emails. If you're happy with it, you can just hit send one by one. To learn how to run your business with Claude or Claude Code and try to scale up your company with AI, and subscribe to the channel, and I will do more videos. And from time to time, I will email my subscriber to ask for your feedback on the video or any video ideas. And thanks to Mia, who has sent me the feedback to do this video. And this is for you. Thank you.